too. And but what is really disgusting is when we come back, before the end of this show, we're going to tell you how the United States Marines is denying health care to some of our former Marines. And of course, you're never really a former Marine. You want to talk about being let down. You want to talk about feeling isolated. When you're done watching this video, I'm going to tell you a little something. Actually, Annette's going to read you something. But you're not going to be very pleased with the commanders of the Marines today. And I like the Marines and I like the commanders, but they're doing wrong. And you can change that, America. Yeah, that's right. Go to the petitionsite.com. Go to senate.com. Senate.gov and house.gov. You can change the lives of every American. With that, Kurt, I'm going to ask you to run this very deep and moving tape roll.
Hello everyone, this is of course Albert Torcaso. I'm looking at the tomb of one of America's heroes. I'm here today, Veterans Day 2009, November the 11th, 2009 to be exact. And I'm looking at this gentleman in a Pittsburgh cemetery, which will remain nameless. But I'm looking at the tombstone of one of America's veterans, one of America's heroes, that was killed in battle fighting for freedom in WW2. And if we look around here, in that area in the distance, usually is filled with, on Memorial Day and other holidays, it has flags, American flags. And this whole area has nothing but flags. That's how many veterans have died in service to our nation. But if we really want to get some resemblance of a total of veterans who fought and died for freedom throughout the last 232 years, we are looking at millions, possibly tens of millions. Millions of American men and women who have fought for the freedom that we have. Freedom to continue forward from their time to our time and continue inventing technology. This gentleman died in 1944, years before the invention of space travel, many years before the invention of cell phones, and in fact, many years before the invention of the DV camcorder that I'm using. They gave their lives for freedom in America, and that freedom allowed each and every one of us to continue to invent and create new technologies. They gave their last full measure of devotion to this nation. Words of Abraham Lincoln. They gave all that they could so that you could enjoy your freedom today, November the 11th, 2009 and beyond. So that our nation can use its engineers and inventors to invent new technologies that even we don't know that will come in the future. All this happened because our nation has remained free, and it is because of men like John, who died December the 20th, 1944. So, we must try to honor these men and women, but nothing we say can honor them. But we can do what we should do, and that is to pick up where they left off, and we must legally and peacefully, non-militarily fight to continue freedom in America and fight for things that are important. So when I ask you to go to www.senate.gov or www.house.gov, when I ask you to help for justice in America, to sign petitions for health care, or whatever it is, I do not want you to do what I ask for me. I want you to always remember the sacrifices of these men and women and honor them by doing what I ask and going to these places and fighting for justice and freedom in America. Don't do it for me. Do it for these men and these women, these heroes. And do it for the soldiers that are alive now and fighting for our freedoms, or doing peace missions for our freedoms, or helping others who need food. Do it for the living and the dead veteran. Do it for America. And remember to pick up the fight and to honor these men and women every single day of the year, and do it for the rest of your life. Thank a veteran every day for the rest of your life. I've said enough. I want to thank these heroes who are spread throughout this cemetery and cemeteries around the globe. I want to thank them. Let us all thank them, not only with words, but with deeds.
We are going to comment on what that video means to us. But before we do, I want to bring on I believe I have a caller, and I would like the caller to speak if they're there.
Hello, Al. It's Nora.
How are you doing, Nora?
Hi, Nora.
Hi. I'm happy to see that you're on, still fighting the fight for health care. And my life has always been in the health care arena, so I thank you for pushing the health care. And also tonight at 4 o'clock in the morning, which will be October the 2nd, there is a bus leaving out in Wilkinsburg on Ross Street, and they're going down to D.C. to fight and to lobby the Senate and the House on health care, especially women's health care. Today, Oprah had on women who are laying in the street in many countries having unwanted babies, which are so sad, and their lives are being taken with the babies being taken on the side of the road. So women here who have so much to offer are taking up the fight for the women here and also around the world. So if someone wants to go tonight, Al, I'd like to give the number out to 412-241-4844 if they are interested in going. There's a few seats left on the buses that are going to go down this morning, and I just wanted to give that number out.
So that will be, they're leaving on the morning of
Wilkinsburg.
December the 2nd, 2009, correct?
Yeah, and that's tonight at 4 o'clock in the morning. And the number is the NOW organization, which is 412-241-4844.
All right.
And I know I would love to go, and my mother would love to go at 96. She went many times to these things, and to go down and see our Capitol and see how it worked. Maybe they can also take time to see our two senators and our representatives so we can fight for our medical care that you're asking us to do. And thank you for keeping the fight going, Al.
Well, I'm not going to retreat anytime soon, but I have a question for you. You are a surgical technician. That you did that for about 37 years. I guess you started when you were like 3 years old. I don't know. But so you being a surgical technician, what's your feelings on the Ben Roethlisberger comments that some people apparently said? Give me your thoughts on Ben Roethlisberger, how you feel what he's doing, what he's not doing.
Wow. Well, I will be honest, just like Heinz Ward was honest. And what Heinz said and what Ben did were both correct. Ben was correct in letting know and being honest enough to say he had a headache. That is one of the most dangerous signs